What up, guys? It's your boy, Shaniqua, and welcome to the first ever episode of my podcast series. Oh gosh, I'm so excited. I am finally doing it. So, today, ang pag-uusapan natin is, how do you deal with a gaslighter? Yan, magandang topic to. Medyo mabigat, pero gagawin nating light to. Okay, pero bago ang lahat, ano muna ang gaslighting? So, based on experience, gaslighting is when a person makes you question your perception of reality, or when a person makes you question what really happened in a specific situation, or pwedeng guluhin nila yung utak mo. So what's challenging about gaslighting is mapapatanong ka talaga about sa sarili mong realidad. Aalugin nila yung utak mo. At minsan, kapag matagal ka nang nagagaslight, automatically ginagaslight mo na rin yung sarili mo. Yun yung mahirap sa gaslighting. So, when does gaslighting occur? So, this can happen with everyone, with your friends, with family members, or even at work. Your boss can be a gaslighter, or your coworker might be a gaslighter. At mas naririnig natin to sa mga relationships ng mga tao sa buhay natin. Ayan, pwedeng galing hugot to, pwedeng hindi. Dadaanan natin yan mamaya. So, pwedeng ikaw ang nag-gaslight, or pwedeng ikaw mismo ang gaslighter sa buhay ng ibang tao. Hindi ka sure. Depende yon sa situation at how it came about. So, minsan kasi as emotional beings, diba, we have this tendency to be in full defense mode pag may nangaaway sa atin. We do our best to defend ourselves, right? Ganun naman because we're only human, right? And gaslighting is one of the option for people na ginagamit nila as defense mechanism, and they resort to that. So, this is based on experience, by the way. I don't know about the others. And minsan, nanggagaslight na pala tayo without our knowledge. But when you realize na you have been a gaslighter yourself, you start to see things differently. You suddenly gain an increased empathy for others because you yourself has experienced it, whether you're a giver or a receiver. Oh, wait lang, hindi siya dirty. But yeah, pag na-experience mo na kasi siya, for sure ang mararamdaman mo kung may puso ka talaga. Ayaw mo siya ma-experience ng ibang tao. So yun. And actually, there's a difference between lying and a gaslighter. When you catch a liar lying, they would own up to it. With gaslighters, they won't. So minsan, mas madali pang ma-distinguish yung mga sinungaling kaysa sa mga gaslighters. So, how do you know when you're being gaslighted? For me, when you start to question whether you should feel this certain kind of emotion about something or not, that's usually when the gaslighting starts. You know you should feel these kinds of feelings, but you feel guilty to do so. Yun yung mahirap doon. So, dealing with gaslighters in my life, yes, with an S, plural. I've had a few in my life. So it was a challenging experience. It made me question a lot of things that's been going on in my life. That's where knowing yourself comes in. Kapag alam mo na kung sino ka talaga, hindi ka na basta-basta magagaslight ng mga tao sa buhay mo. Now, let's talk about some experiences of mine to paint you a better picture of how I dealt with the gaslighters in my life. Okay, first one, they will try to twist every narrative in favor of them. In short, magpapakadelulo sila. para mapanindigan nila na sila yung nasa tama. So, para malatag natin to na maayos, etong kwento na to is about me being the gaslighter in someone's life. Yes, you heard that right. I was the gaslighter in this story. So, with this experience, mapapatanong ka na lang na, bakit parang double standards to? Alam mo yung kapag sila yung nakagawa na mali sa'yo, okay lang. Pero, kapag ikaw na yung nagkamali at ikaw na yung nakagawa na mali sa kanila, parang ang sama-sama mo ng tao. Kasi, hindi ka na sure eh. They will try to paint it as if sobrang lala ng ginawa mo sa kanila. And minsan naabot ka pa sa point na mapapatanong ka din sa friends mo na, ganito ba yung personality ko or attitude ko? Just to do some reality check. Kasi maaalog talaga yung utak mo when this happens. Ito yung mga times na no matter what you say, they will just twist every narrative that they can to make it in favor of them. Gaslighters dig those black and white situations kung saan tama kami at kayo yung mali. Again, ako yung gaslighter sa story na to. So, minsan kasi 'di ba, hindi naman kailangan may mali or tama eh. There can be a gray area and miscommunication between you and this person that you're having problems with, which can ultimately be solved or settled through a mature conversation. So, I actually had an argument with this friend where all of a sudden, this friend started chatting me about the problems that they are having with me. So, nagpaka-defensive mode ako. I got so defensive to the point na I started bringing up a lot of the things that happened in the past. Nanumbat ako. I played the numbers game with this friend. So, to me kasi, from my perspective, all of the things that this friend has been saying to me sounds very pointed. Even until now, when I read it, it sounds very pointed to me, or it looked like it was pointed to me. It sounded like personal attacks. That's why I got in defense mode. So yun, I couldn't really see the point of my friend because I was in a very emotional state. So I was blinded with my own emotions. So I had to take a breather, collect myself, and convey what I wanted to say without letting my emotions take over. So may mga times talaga na minsan you just have to disengage from the conversation. Breathe for a bit and process your emotions. So what did I do after the conversation that I had with this friend? Well, linapag ko sa kanya yung mga nararamdaman ko. Then I asked kung saan niya gusto pumunta tong conversation na to. Because I didn't know. And what's the point of arguing if wala tayong end goal in mind, right? So, does this friend just want to express their feelings and want me to apologize? Or does this friend just want to make a point? Or does this friend want to end our friendship? I didn't know, to be honest. And I was overthinking about a lot of things that time. That's why I got so defensive. And I wore my gaslighter hat on. Kasi ang dami kong iniisip bigla. Ang dami tumatakbo sa isip ko bigla. Because I felt bad about it. Eto akong nag-gaslight before, tapos bigla akong mangga-gaslight ng friend ko, diba? Kaya yun, minsan mahirap talaga i-deal yung mga gaslighters kasi minsan friends mo pa mismo yung mangga-gaslight sa'yo. I'm happy that I was able to patch things up with this friend. When I was able to calm myself down, I finally saw what this friend's point was when I calmed down. Just so you know, may mga times na hindi siya basta-basta madadaan sa usapan. Minsan, ang ending nito, FO na. or friendship over. So yun yung kwento ko where I was the gaslighter in someone else's story. Now, next one. When they can no longer control you, they will try their darnest to control people around you. And they will change how these people perceive you now as a person. Ayan! Ito yung usual pattern ng mga gaslighters. Kapag hindi ka na nila makontrol, they will do their best para makahanap sila ng kakampi. They will start introducing additional characters sa argument just to prove a point. Ang mga usual line yan is, I'm not the only one who feels like this about you. O kaya, ask them pa. They have this feeling about you. Ganyan ang mga linyahan. When in fact, hindi mo naman kailangan magsama pa ng mga bagong character sa argument just to prove a point. If feel mo tama ka, edi tama ka. Diba? Ang mas madrama pa dito is, minsan magkakalat pa sila ng chismis just to steer some more drama. So, eto yung mga times na mapapaisip ka na, am I the drama? Is it me? The drama? At yung mapapatanong talaga yung mga tao sa'yo na, Sean, totoo ba to o hindi? When this happens, please, if you do love yourself, don't give into that temptation where you need to prove yourself. Hayaan mo silang pag-usapan ka. Magpaka-celebrity ka. Live that fantasy for a while and don't mind them. So, back in high school, I got gaslighted for carrying our group kasi ako na yung gumawa ng lahat. Almost everything rather. Sa TLE subject namin. It was a cooking activity. And if you're close with me, you know I love cooking. But what else should I do? Grades namin yung nakasalalay dun eh. Dahil ba walang gumagalaw, hindi na rin ako gagalaw. Diba? Alam nga naman pabayaan ko yun. So syempre, I felt bad about it. And because I didn't feel like some of my groupmates didn't deserve the same grade as I got. Sorry, I'm that type of student. There's this groupmate that had the audacity to spread this chismis na hindi naman daw ako nagpapatulong and everything. Tapos, isusumbat ko daw sa kanila that I did everything for them. Tapos, may isa kaming classmate, mind you, by the way, this classmate isn't a groupmate of ours. Kaya hindi ko gets bakit biglang pumasok tong si classmate. Pinagtanggol niya yung groupmate namin na yun na naninira sa akin. Nakipagsigawan siya noong time na yun. Sinasabi niya sa akin, bakit daw ako nababanas or naiinis? Eh gusto ko naman daw akuin lahat ng responsibility and everything. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Bakit pati sa school may apologist? Uy! Bakit ganito yung nangyayari? So ayun, ito ata yung isa sa mga first ever gaslighting experiences ko in life. And next one is, they will make you doubt your own feelings and emotion. Ito, mas talamak to sa mga relationships. Oops! Coming from experience ba to? Of course it is! Yun nga yung purpose nito eh. So, I used to date this person, and it was a good relationship, by the way, not gonna lie. I learned a lot from that relationship. But it wasn't until I started to remove my rose-colored glasses when I started to see things differently. It all started with the little things. I started to feel guilty whether I should feel this kind of emotion kapag may nangyayari sa amin or pag may na-encounter kaming problems. Alam mo yung mga moments na gusto nilang mag-open up ka but then they would use it against you. Yun yung naramdaman ko sa relationship na yon. And it messed me up. I started to bottle up my emotions within that relationship para wala na lang issue. But that took a toll on me. Kasi I've been bottling up my emotions for quite some time in that relationship. I started overthinking and I started to question a lot of things inside that relationship. There was this instance noon nagkaroon kami ng rough patch. Tapos, they opened up to this person who obviously had a crush on them. They talked about the problems that we are having. This person that I was dating with even told me na kinilig siya nung kinomfort siya nung person na yon. So, ano ba yung naturally kong mararamdaman, di ba? So, yun. Basically, it made me feel guilty and jealous. Kasi, in my head, oh gosh, hindi ko na ba ito nagagawa for my partner? Bakit kailangan umabot sa ganitong point? Bakit sa iba niya na to nakukuha? That's what I felt. Of course, mas umiral yung selos ko. Because, bakit sa ibang tao na niya hinahanap yung comfort na yun? Alam mo yun? Kung may pinagdadaanan tayo yung mag-usap. That's between us two. Right? But, it didn't feel like I was allowed to be jealous. Kasi sasabihan niya ako ng, baka magselos ka, kadiri ka. Something to that effect. Non-verbatim. But, yun yung dating sa akin. So, syempre, dahil minsan, defensive din ang kuya niyo. Ang reaction ko is, yuck! Alam ko namang mas mataas ako. Narcy, diba? But kidding aside, ganun yung usual na nangyayari sa relationship namin. Ang nangyayari is, either lagi ko nasa set aside yung feelings ko, o baka siya din. Dahil hindi na namin maparamdam sa isa't isa yung love at comfort na dati namin napaparamdam sa isa't isa. So syempre, ending nito, we had to go our separate ways. We had to figure things out on our own. Deal with our own baggage in a sense. By the way, may aftermath to. Nung time na nag-move on ako, I was starting to feel all of these emotions all of a sudden. All of these emotions that I wasn't allowed to feel inside that relationship. It all surged through me and sobrang nahirapan ako i-manage yun. Umabot ako sa point na there were meetings na bigla na lang ako naluluha. Na nagugulat din yung mga kasama ko. So, hindi ko alam. So, ganun kalala yung naging aftermath for me. May mga times na hindi lang talaga nila alam na ginagaslight ka na nila. I had this friend who got curious about some of my stories. I had this meeting with a client around February 14 yon. Sumakto February 14. Siyempre, it's Hearts Day, diba? And as a sweet boy and gusto kong alagaan yung client ko, binigyan ko siya ng flowers and sweets. Para this client won't feel bad that we are having a meeting on Valentine's Day. So yun, tinori siya ni client and then tinag niya ako, rini-share ko yung story. Tapos, si friend nag-react. Sabi niya, ano bang ganap sa inyo? Something to that effect. Basta gusto malaman ng friend kung may nangyayari ba between me and that client. Siyempre, na-offend ako. Kasi, bakit yun agad yung pambungad mo sa akin? Diba? Na-offend ako, ang react ko is, bakit ganito yung iniisip ng mga tao? But the next statements that this friend said was reeking of being a gaslighter. Sabi niya, nasa branding mo ata kasi. Nakilala ka ng people like that. I know you. Hello? Tapos nag-send siya ng screenshots from RGC na nandilig ako ng blank-blank. Siyempre, isa-censor natin yung ibang parts dahil baka mabash tayo. But that chat was supposed to be a joke. Tapos ito pa, naghabol pa siya ng statement. Yung mga jokes mo might make people think that way. Grabe yung ikot ng mata ko nun. As in, tas humabol pa siya ng hirit, which made me scoff and laugh because the next statements, I know you on a deeper level. Oh my God. The audacity. After assuming things about me and this client, you will say that? Ibang level ka, bro. So, if you really know me on a deeper level, at ka-close kita, Alam mong maalaga ako sa clients ko. And part of it are things like this. Alam mo yun, yung mga magbibigay ka ng mga small gifts just to make your clients feel well taken care of. You wouldn't assume things like this na porket nagbigay ako ng flowers or sweets, may nangyayari na agad between us. So guys, ito yung mga times na mapagpatol pa ako, and I just realized na if I reacted differently, it would have just ended then and there. So next nito is the main point of this episode. How do you deal with a gaslighter? So yun. For me, what worked is I treated my life as if I was a celebrity. Because when you're a celebrity, you would have a lot of admirers and fans, right? So since marami kang fans at admirers, you wouldn't have the capacity and all of the energy to engage with each and every one of your fans, right? Pipiliin mo yun eh. Yung mga kakilala mo yung pipiliin mo na una mong i-engage. The rest are just background noise. That's what worked for me. But as emotional beings, we'll have this tendency to participate in the chismis and try to convince that you are not what the gaslighter is trying to paint you as. When you hear that voice na, "Go ahead, Sean. Lumaban ka. Patunayan mo na hindi ka ganito, ganyan." Don't listen to that voice, please. Please. Do not. Kasi, kapag buo ka na at kilala mo na talaga ang sarili mo, yung need mo to prove yourself to them, mawawala na lang yan. I swear. Mawawala na lang yan. When dealing with gaslighters, the power of Kebs will set you free. Insert tayo ng kabaklaan dyan. Again, the power of Kebs will set you free. From the root word, wapakels, wala ka dapat pakialam. Hindi mo rin naman makokontrol kung ano yung magiging reaction sa'yo ng tao at kung ano yung magiging tingin nila sa'yo. The moment you realize that you don't need to convince anyone is the moment you set yourself free from the cage that the gaslighter has built around you. Now, hindi ako magmamalinis dito na victim lang ako. For sure, some people would say that I was the gaslighter in their story. I am aware of that. That's why I am changing some approaches that I do in my life. I might have been, and I am aware of that again. But this is just to shed some light na minsan kapag nagiging emotional ka na, hindi mo na minsan nakokontrol yung sarili mo at kung anong lumalabas sa bibig mo. But that's when the journey begins. When you come to terms with your emotions, be in touch with them, and have a better handle or control with them, oh gosh, ang sarap sa feeling na, alam mo yun, hindi na lang puro galit yung ilalabas mo sa mundo. Na you could also feel happy and sad, melancholia, all those kinds of emotions. Masarap sa feeling yun na namamanage mo yung emotions mo. So, that's how I dealt with the gaslighters in my life. Marami pa akong gaslighting moments, but for now, yun na muna ang ikukwento ko. Kasi baka hindi tayo matapos sa episode na to pag sikwento ko lahat. For sure, may mga ibang approaches yung mga tao sa buhay natin, which is why I started this podcast. To start a conversation about our experiences and help each other out. Now, sa next episode, ang pag-uusapan natin is, how do you deal with the aftermath of being outed? Aray ko be! So, syempre, magbe-bleed out pa dito yung gaslighting, guys. Yung paglatag ko dito is, kung ano yung mga napag-usapan natin sa first few episodes, magbe-bleed out pa siya sa future episodes. So, stay tuned for episode 2. Again, this has been your boy, Shaniqua. And it has been good. I will see you on the next. Shaniqua out.